With rising security concerns, modernization of our forces takes top priority. Witness leaders from the defense discuss the vital issues relevant to Indian defense development. SP Guide Publications presents the C4I2 Summit in association with CNBC TV18 and E18 event, presented by SP Guide Publications, knowledge partners Center for Joint Warfare Studies and Institute for Defense Studies and Analysis, in association with Rolta, Bharat Electronics, IBM, DRS Tactical Systems, Saab Group and SAP, and E18 event.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all to our first C4I2 Summit. I'm confident that this C4I2 Summit will prove to be an ideal platform for the Indian Armed Forces and the global technology experts to benchmark and discuss different technologies for C4I2. It would also prove to be an ideal opportunity for the armed forces to address the challenges faced during implementation of C4I while evaluating the solutions offered by the industry. Here's hoping that our summit is a mega success. Jai Hind.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Center for Joint Warfare Studies aims to promote jointness as synergistic enabler for the growth of comprehensive national power. Once C4I2 systems are in place, these would sequentially improve information sharing, better situational awareness, joint application of forces with speed, irrespective of geographic or spatial separation. This all results in increased mission effectiveness, thus becomes a force multiplier or even a battle-winning factor. Thank you. Jai Hind.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to the C4I2 Summit, Enhancing Indian Defense Capabilities. While we certainly don't belong to the defense establishment, we at Network 18 take very great pride in the fact that we have so many of our colleagues who come from defense backgrounds. In fact, a number of the faces that you see on air every day across our various channels are sons and daughters of defense personnel. It's a government that is determined now to help fuse all the points that I made above, to help Indian companies, both in the private and public sector, come out and become a very major player in the international defense scene, because we believe that the government is extremely keen. We believe that the government has, over the last couple of years, shown great commitment to opening up this industry to the private and public sector. And we think that in India, we are poised, especially with our IT and R&D capabilities, to really take on the world. Thank you very much.
Revolution in military affairs is dependent squarely in the advancement of technology, doctrine, and organization. C4I2 provides the components for optimizing this interoperability. It also enables wider sharing of the key data, generates greater agility, faster response, and a shared vision. A C4I2-enabled warfare is a shift from the attrition warfare to a much faster and more effective war-fighting method. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Worldwide, the armies are currently very actively involved in the pursuit of development and induction of modern tactical C4I2 systems for better battlefield management of the information and resultant gain in the force multiplier effect. In our country, DRDO is working very closely with the Army, Indian defense PSUs and private industry in the design, development and deployment of C4I2 systems. DRDO has made a number of component systems which constitute the communication grid and IT systems for the command and control sensor and weapons grids. Aspects related to information and communication secrecy have been developed in-house, and the solutions have been fully integrated after due security evaluation by the authorized agencies. Thank you.
The ever-changing and complex security environment demands that the modern military forces be adept and effective over the entire spectrum of operations, ranging from high-intensity operations to safeguard national security and sovereignty, through to missions such as counterterrorism, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, maritime security, and peacekeeping operations at the lower end. In all of these areas, advances in C4I2 technology will have a profound impact, not only on the shape and structure of the military forces, but also on the doctrines and concepts of operations. Thank you. Jai Hind.
It is a pleasure for me to be amongst you all today. While welcoming all of you to this gathering, let me say at the outset that this seminar could have come at a more opportune moment. Two critical factors are largely responsible for driving the revolution in military affairs today, namely the unprecedented changes in the global and regional security environment in recent years and the rapid advances in military science and technology. Though our country has a massive industrial infrastructure, we are still a long way from establishing ourselves as a major defense equipment manufacturing nation. Much of the content of our defense requirements continues to be imported. Given the fact that India is emerging as a major economic player, this is certainly not a desirable state of affairs. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the initiatives being taken by the IDS and respective services to integrate and mitigate the interoperability challenges. The aim being to realize joint vision, and that is, by the end of the 13th plan, the defense forces must be fully joined, intellectually, operationally, and technically, to fight not as a single service, but as three services collaborating and cooperating more seamlessly. Thank you.
I think the bottom line is that we got to have it. There is no other way than to be network-enabled army or services. The good news, of course, is that it has been worked out and we are going ahead with it. Our reach, Indian industry reach I'm talking today, whether it is hardware, software, communication, integration of all this and security is almost guaranteed. All these projects for C4I2, they are squarely met by very many private industries within the country. Thank you very much.
Namaste. How do the world use this technology to help them? I believe that logistics and integration command control is a very essential backbone for your network centricity capability. Absolutely necessary. I think you heard about it. It's how those things have to come together to bring the right staff to the shooters and so on. The logistics, integration, command control, decision making is imperative. So we have actually a mission statement. It's shape, transform, and integrate SAP defense to develop, feel, sustain in near real time to make this happen. And we therefore enhance the capability to be very proactive, to know what's going on for today's war and tomorrow's war as well, or other activities other than war. That's all I have. Thank you very much for your attention.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, what we required in the Army is a highly flexible and robust C4I2 architecture which can work as a process of organizations, doctrines, and technologies. Headquarter IDS and the IS cells of the services need to take a holistic view of the requirements and formulate a joint net-centric warfare doctrine which should act as a guiding document for evolution of the C4I2 architecture. Induction of stack C3I of the Army and corresponding system of the Navy and the Air Force is well underway. Concentrated and focused efforts are now required to integrate these systems, including into the overall national infrastructure. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.